Hi there, and welcome to this edition of ChamberSOUTH Spotlight. I'm Tiffani Helberg, a proud member of ChamberSOUTH and also Vice President for Marketing and Public Relations at Community Health of South Florida. Today, I'm excited because I have my friend Jennifer Gerson from Dade County Federal Credit Union joining us. Thanks for joining me.
Thanks for having us, Tiffani. We're excited to be here.
Absolutely. So tell folks a little bit about the credit union.
So Dade County Federal Credit Union has been around since 1939. So we're in our 85th year of serving our members. And, you know, the credit union philosophy is people helping people. And that's what we do every day. So the credit union, you know, is a better option to banking because we offer higher rates on their deposits and lower rates on their loans.
Sounds like a good deal to me. And what is your role there?
So I am the AVP of Community Development. So everyone's like, what does Community Development mean? So Dade County Federal Credit Union is a CDFI, a Community Development Financial Institution, which allows us to apply for grants and get grants. And once we get them, we create different types of programs to help the unbanked and the underbanked in our community. And in Miami-Dade County, we have a lot of unbanked and underbanked people.
That's fantastic. Tell me about some of those programs.
So one of the programs that we run is a small business loan program, and we actually are in partnership with Miami-Dade County on that program. It's called the RISE Business Loan, Small Business Loan, and it's really for these small businesses of our county. You know, over 80% of our businesses are considered small businesses, and we lend up to $75,000 in working capital to the businesses, and we hold their hands throughout the process. We have dedicated professionals that will assist them from start to finish. And, you know, we piecemeal it along the way so it's not overwhelming because let's face it, small business owners are great at baking cupcakes or running a daycare or mowing lawns or whatever it is that their expertise is, but they're not necessarily great at applying for a loan. So, like I said, they have a dedicated professional to assist them from start to finish, from application to loan funding. And, we are really, the small businesses are the heartbeat of our county, right? So we're here to give them those loans if they need them.
That's cool. And what other programs do you have?
We also offer a payday rescue program, which helps people get out of predatory debt. It's called Payday Rescue is the name of it. And we lend up to $10,000 to refinance this predatory debt. Do you have any idea what the average rate that the predatory lenders, the buy here, pay here, or the AMSCOTs charge?
I know it's awful, but I have no idea. What is it?
In the state of Florida, the average is 404%. I've seen it as high. I have seen it as high as 782%. There was one member who had to borrow $1,000, and they were paying back over $8,000 to borrow $1,000. And there's so many people that are one flat tire away from having to go to one of these stores on the side of the road to borrow $1,000. But the great thing about our program too, because let's face it, it's a vicious cycle once you get into it, and it's very hard to get out of. So we combine it with financial education. So when they get their payday rescue loan, their interest rate is 17.99%. They have, and it's a 5-year repayment period, so the payments are affordable. And then they have the opportunity to take advantage of financial education courses, which are simple. They're online. If they take 3 courses the first year of their repayment period, we'll reduce their interest rate by 1% for each course up to 3%. And then they can do that again in the second year. So after 2 years, they're down to 11.99%. They obviously have to make their payments on time. They can't get any more payday loans. But we give them that opportunity, and hopefully we can get them out of that cycle of going back to those lenders to survive. A lot of people, that's their way of survival, right?
Yes.
It's hard, especially in our economy right now. People are robbing Peter to pay Paul on a constant basis.
I didn't know there was a program like that. That's so wonderful.
Yeah. And the third program that we offer is a home purchasing assistance program. Let's face it, the home buying market is crazy. You're a realtor too, right? Yes. So we both have our real estate licenses. We know how much the housing has increased over the past few years, and tie that in with increased interest rates. And it's almost impossible for people to buy their first home. So we created a home purchasing assistance program where we will give people up to $100,000 in down payment and closing cost assistance, which is 100% forgivable. So after they live in the property for 6 years with homestead exemption, we forgive the assistance.
What?
Yes, I know. They're like, what's the catch? The catch. There is no catch. So the catch is they have to live in the property, right? Yeah. But we are giving away this money in low-income census tract areas. So people are like, well, what's a low-income census tract area? So it's like, pockets where areas are going through gentrification, and we see pockets in Homestead, Florida City, Miami Gardens, Hialeah, City of Miami has some pockets. But, in a couple of years, you won't be able to afford to buy in those areas either. So this is a great opportunity for people that are looking for these areas. You have to qualify, 1, for the mortgage and 2, for the assistance program. But all the information is on our website. There's an entire page. There's a very long FAQ on there. We tried to answer every question we could on this FAQ. But you have to have your first mortgage with the credit union, and then we give the assistance as a 0 interest, 0 payment second mortgage that, every year we check on it and make sure you're living in the property. And at the end of 6 years, we forgive it.
That is amazing.
It's incredible.
Yeah.
It's absolutely an incredible program that's really needed in Miami-Dade.
Yeah.
And we also offer that in Broward as well. But, we also will stack it. Some municipalities have programs where they give some funds, some grants, and as long as they'll stack behind our program, we will add that to help them get even more funds towards the purchase of their home.
That's great. So you said you're in Miami-Dade and Broward. How many locations do you have?
We have 10 locations.
Okay, great. And can anyone bank with you guys or apply for programs?
Yes. So as long as you live, work, worship, attend school in Miami-Dade or Broward County, you can bank with the credit union. And if you don't fall into any of those categories, but you have a family member that is a member of the credit union, you could also bank at the credit union.
I think I probably didn't know much about credit unions until I met your CEO years ago. And I didn't realize how advantageous it was to do things with a credit union, from auto loans to homes, you name it. I mean, it's a no-brainer, right?
It really is. And, I think a lot of people still think that you either have to work somewhere or belong to something to be. Right. I think credit unions still have that stigma, right? Where it used to be very industrial. If you worked in the iron industry, you could belong to a credit union or so on and so forth. And that is how we started. I mean, back in 1939, the 10 county employees got together and started the credit union, but we've only grown exponentially to there. Now we're a $1.4 billion financial institution. We're as big as community banks around here, and we really are here to serve you, your family members, and your businesses.
That's great. You also have community events, right?
Yes, we do. We support a lot of different initiatives within the community. We are actually hosting, we're big on health initiatives too. On December 12th, we're hosting a big run club at our Devel branch.
Oh, cool.
Yes. And so we encourage you to go to Instagram to sign up for that. So we'll have all kinds of fun stuff there that night. And that's every Thursday night. And I believe we do Zumbas like once a month on Wednesday nights at that branch as well.
Hey, that's cool.
Yes. But we just recently hosted something at our Homestead branch, a community event, and a community event at our Kendall branch. And we're excited to be out there in the community.
Yeah, I know the Homestead one because I'm at Community Health of South Florida. You guys gave us an award that day, and we had our mobile medical van there. We appreciated partnering with you guys. We always do.
We have a lot of synergies, right, between the two of us.
And that's why it's great to be part of ChamberSOUTH, right? Because you never know who you're going to meet and how you can partner, and both sides benefit, really.
I completely agree. It's imperative to be active in the local chambers, and ChamberSOUTH is such a great chamber in itself, and it's continuing to grow, and it's very exciting, and it's very member-centric.
It is. Yeah, and friendly and cool and down to earth.
Yes.
All those things.
Yes.
Yeah.
All of the above. Check.
So one thing I think we should tell folks about is your car buying program, because you guys have helped me in the past. You actually have someone who, instead of me going to the dealerships, I'll say, I want this car and here's what I want to pay for it. They'll go look for that, right?
So yes, it's called DAD, the Dade Auto Desk. And ironically, I just purchased my son a car yesterday through DAD.
Hey,
and
Molly.
It was, which I drove here today. It's kind of a fun little truck, but I knew the car I wanted for him, and I literally bought the car on the phone with the DAD Auto Desk as I was driving to go away for Thanksgiving last week.
Amen, sister.
I
hate buying cars.
Me too. And, I actually went to the car dealership to look at the car in person first, make sure that it's what we wanted. And I was like, as I was walking out of there, you feel like your skin is crawling, right? Like you feel dirty when you're there. And this was just such an easy, fair process. And it's incredible. And it was my first DAD experience. And I don't think I'll ever buy a car another way again.
Agreed. Yeah, I'm not trying to sit in the dealership for 8 hours when DAD can do it for me.
Yeah. And get you a better deal.
Hello.
Right? When we had walked out of that used car, they're like, this fee, this fee, this fee. And it like the price, the sticker price went from like one price to $9,000 higher in 3 breaths. I was like, this isn't going to work for us.
What a great program.
Yeah.
So anything I haven't asked you that you want folks to know about Dade County Federal Credit Union?
So, we are here for you. We're here for your family members. Right now we're also running a promotion for a holiday loan. So if you need some extra cash for the holidays, we're giving out $2,000 loans. You can apply right online from the website for that. So have some little extra spending cash for the kiddos or the family members. But, we're always here to serve our members and the people in our community.
Thank you. Thanks for all that information. Thanks for what you do to build up the community financially. You're helping a lot of people.
I hope
Jennifer,
so.
It's a pleasure.
Always. Thank you, Tiffani, for having me today.
My pleasure. And thank you for joining us for this edition of ChamberSOUTH Spotlight.